Hello boys, welcome back to another session of online video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 12th biology students, and this is for 20th July 2021. And after your monthly tests, now we are entering into chapter number 4, reproductive health. And as you may recollect, in our previous chapter, we talked about how human beings take birth. And we talked about the physiology of it. We talked about the role of hormones in that, biochemistry part of it. We talked most importantly the anatomy part of it. Anatomy of male reproductive system, anatomy of female reproductive system, anatomy of uterus, and the anatomy of fallopian tubes and the embryo. So after having understood the physiological, morphological, anatomical, biochemical features of human reproductive system, now in this chapter we are going to deal with the reproductive health. Unfortunately, this is very much neglected in our country compared to European countries. There may be a number of reasons. There may be cultural reasons, there may be lack of education reasons, there may be controls, various controls in the house. Hence, these are the various reasons why the reproductive health is being neglected. After all, what is reproductive health? Let us see. So, World Health Organization defines reproductive health as it's a total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physical health, emotional health, behavioral health, and social health. That means reproductive health includes all. So the physical one, emotional one, behavioral one, and social one. So it is a total well-being. All the four should be good. So physically one should be good, emotionally should be balanced, behavioral wise good behavior, and social acceptance. If these four norms are there, then we say person has got reproductive health. Government of India initiated a number of programs at national level to attain total reproductive health as a social goal. These are all popularly termed as RCH programs, as you know, reproductive and child health care programs. R for reproductive, C for child health, H and care. So the main aim of such programs is to create awareness among people about reproductive organs, accessory organs of reproduction, secondary sexual characters, adolescence and associated changes, safe and hygienic sexual practices, and not to forget the most dangerous ones, STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Maternal, that is for mothers, and child health services and family planning are the most important programs of healthcare centers. So Government of India also is doing a lot in this regard. So reproductive health, what are the problems and what are the strategies that Government of India has got, as well as the people? India initiated reproductive health programs, that is family planning, in 1951, way back. So wider reproduction related areas are in operation under the RCH program. As I said, RCH means reproductive and child health care. And such programs deal mainly to give awareness about reproduction related aspects for creating a reproductively healthy society, educate people about birth control, like already you are seeing in TV, social media, so many advertisements about birth control, care of pregnant mothers, postnatal care of the mother and child. Postnatal means once the delivery partition takes place, once the baby comes out, that is postnatal. And importance of breastfeeding, equal opportunities for male and female child. In this way, we are lagging behind. Still, there is discrimination between the male and the female child. Awareness of problems due to population explosion, social evils such as sex abuse and sex related crimes. Of course, still we have to improve a lot in this compared to European countries. There is almost nagging issues with related to sex abuse and sex related crimes. Unfortunately, in the major metropolitan cities, these crimes are on the rise. And the aims and needs of sex education in schools, why this chapter is introduced for you? There is a lot of aim, there is a lot of value inculcated in this to provide right information about sex related aspects. It helps to avoid sex related myths and misconceptions. I told you one of the myths and misconception, like if the wife delivers a female baby, invariably she is blamed. But as you know, in our previous chapter we discussed, if a mother is delivering a female baby, in no way she is connected with that, because she is contributing only X chromosome, but other X chromosome is coming from the father. So it is XX. So the sperm that is carrying X, when it combines with the ovum that has got X, invariably it is the girl. So where is the question of mother's involvement in this? Where is the mother's mistake in this? But still, even today, there are so many families in villages particularly, wherein even the cases up to divorce has gone because she has delivered a female baby. So these are the various misconceptions are there. To give proper information about reproductive organs, adolescence and related changes, like you can imagine a 6th class or 7th class girl first time when she gets into the menstruation, what type of stress she may be having. So there has to be some proper guidance. Safe and hygienic sexual practices, sexually transmitted diseases, and you know the dreaded disease AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. It killed lakhs of people. And even today, remember, we don't have any vaccine or a perfect cure for this. So AIDS is still there, it's existing. So what happens because of all this ignorance? A rapid exponential increase in population is taking place all over the world, in particular in India, and that's called population explosion. Reasons for this, of course, you know it, rapid decline in maternal and infant mortality rates, like how many mothers are getting dead, how many babies that are just born are getting dead, their numbers are fortunately coming down. But it also means that the numbers are increasing. Increased health facilities, early marriage, and lack of social awareness. So all these are adding to population explosion. So birth control is the only solution for this. Look at that, some of the statistics that we give. In 1900, the world population was around 2 billion, 2000 million. By 2000, it rocketed to 6 billion. Where is that? See, 2, 3 just 6. 3 times just in 100 years, isn't it? Just in 100 years. That is by 2000, from 1900 to 2000. Look at that, 3 times, triple. And in India, population was nearly 350 million at the time of independence, 1947, when we got the freedom. And that freedom which we got has made us perhaps 1 billion by 2000 and crossed 1.2 billion in May 2011. Of course, as on today, 2021, it is 1.3. So it means every 6th person in the world is an Indian. Look at that. Population wise, every 6th person in the world is an Indian. According to the 2011 census report, our population growth rate was less than 2%. That is 20 per 1000 in a year. A rate at which our population could increase rapidly. This 2% is too much, very, very costly one. Okay. Reasons for population explosion. Why is it this going on like this uncontrollably? One is thanks to the healthcare. A lot of healthcare has improved in India. Increased health facilities, lot many hospitals, even in villages we have got primary health centers, and better living conditions. We have got better food. Awareness has come because of the electronic media, what to eat, what not to eat, all that. And rapid decline in death rate, mortality rate has come down, particularly maternal mortality rate, MMR, has come down, and infant mortality rate, IMR. These two, of course, are the deciding factors. In a positive side, yes, there should not be any deaths, but in the negative side, of course, we need to control it. It's not that we should increase this MMR and IMR, but other ways are there. increase in number of people in reproductive age. So the age between say somewhere 12 to 40 we can consider it as reproductive age. That aged people are around 40 crores in India. That is the problem. So this is called reproductive age people. So what happens if it goes on unchecked? So basically, whenever population explosion takes place, 100% it directly affects on the natural resources such as food, water, land, all that. So there will be scarcity of basic requirements. There will be food shortage. There will be very difficulty in getting the shelter, and clothing will be a problem. And how to control it? If you have to have a peaceful life, a comfortable life, we need to control this population explosion. So the regulation of conception by preventive methods or devices to limit the number of offsprings is called birth control. So the only way is birth control or contraception. So there are various birth control methods that can be divided into, say, temporary method, permanent method, and medical termination of pregnancy, MTP we say. So these three can be followed strictly, like in China. So the control measures basically motivate smaller families by using contraceptive methods. We'll discuss this. What are these contraceptive methods or population control methods? Aware people about a slogan, that is, previously of course it was there by Government of India, hum do hamare do, we too, ours too. But this doesn't work now. It is hum do hamara ek. And many couples have adapted a one child norm. This is the need of the hour, one child norm. And statutory raising of marriageable age of females 18 years and male 21 years. Again, I think these two also Government of India has to think to raise this, maybe 21 female and 24 male, like this. So the properties of an ideal contraceptive, how the population explosion material should be. It should be user friendly, everybody should use it freely and easily available in the market. It should be very effective, this is the most important thing. And it should be reversible. Sometimes it happens a couple having one child, unfortunately if they lose that child due to accident or due to ill health, then they cannot have life without a child. So the process can be reversed and they should have one more issue. This should be there in the mind of a doctor or a gynecologist. Then it should have least side effects. Of course, this is important because some of the medicines directly alter the hormonal secretions. That will have a lot of impact on the male or female. So there must be least side effects. And it should not interfere with sexual drive, desire, and sexual act. So the natural instinct should be continued. And what are the various methods of this population control methods? One, as I said, natural or traditional method. Second one, second one is the barriers. And the third one is IUDs, intrauterine devices. Fourth one is oral contraceptive. Fifth one is the injectables. And of course, if nothing works out, surgery, surgical methods, sterilization. So temporary methods include natural methods, barrier methods, IUDs, oral contraceptives, and subcutaneous implants and hormonal injections also is available now. These are the temporary methods. And the permanent one, of course, is the surgical one. And in the natural or traditional methods, avoiding chances of ovum meeting the sperm. So sperm and ovum should not meet, because if they meet, what happens? Zygote is formed, embryo will be formed, lady becomes pregnant. So there are three types of natural or traditional methods. So natural method basically is to avoid meeting of the sperm and the ovum. So these include these three methods: periodic abstinence, coitus interruptus, and lactational amenorrhea. So these are the three methods. That is, the first one is the safe period or rhythm period. It is also termed as periodic or temporary abstinence because it requires refraining from sexual intercourse when conception is most likely. That is, a few days before and few days after ovulation. So that should be avoided. That is periodic abstinence. Let's see. Avoid coitus from day 10 to 17 of the menstrual cycle. Why is it so? Why 10 to 17? The reason is ovulation takes place at that time. Though even though ovulation takes place in 2 or 3 days, but just to be just to ensure safety, we are saying 10 to 17th of the menstrual cycle. But the husband should know the menstrual cycle of the wife. Then only he can calculate this 10 to 17th day. It is not a very safe one. Okay, periodic abstinence is not a guaranteed one. And second one, coitus interruptus, that is withdrawal of the penis from the vagina just before ejaculation to avoid insemination. Idea is not to release the sperms inside the female reproductive tract. And the third one, lactational amenorrhea. It is the absence of menstrual cycle and ovulation due to intense lactation after parturition. So here the lactational amenorrhea is the absence of menstruation. It is based on the fact that ovulation and therefore the menstrual cycle do not occur during the period of intense lactation following childbirth. Once parturition takes place, the mother starts secreting the milk. As long as the mother gives breast milk, there will not be menstrual cycle. So this method is considered very effective only up to maximum period of 6 months following parturition and has no side effects. So this is the best one. 6 months it is safe game. So basically it is the absence of MC and ovulation due to intense lactation after parturition. Means the mother should breastfeed the baby. Lactation. Fully breastfeeding increases the lactation. This method helps to prevent conception. This is very effective up to 6 months following parturition. And what is the best part of it? It has no side effect.